Peace to the world. Yeah, it's the God day, you know? God is the supreme being. You look at that a whole lot of ways. You know what I mean? Well, correct definitions, God is the supreme being, black man, the law of God. Like the word of law slash the word God. Allah, God, one and the same. The supreme being, black man of Asia. Now, you see that in so many different ways. Perception is everything. Some people take the Allah part and they identify with that. You got some people that take the God part and they identify with that. You know what I mean? You got supreme being. So people just take that part. You know what I mean? Black man. So people just look at that. Or black and then man. You know, so people separate the two. Of Asia. That right there, you know, is taking how a motherfucker want to take it as well. So I say all this to say perception is everything, man. You know, some people's scope of vision is null and void. Some people see fragments of things. Some people see what's before their eyes, but based off of things that took place in their life, you know what I'm saying? Their perception don't let them look in depth into what they see right before their eyes. Or it only lets them acknowledge certain things right before they, you know, certain things that exist right before their eyes. And they deal with the level of being, or the phases, the zones. You know, you got people caught up in different zones, different phases, on different, you know, different degrees. All these are all words. I tell you, the word is what becomes flesh. You know what I'm saying? So, or real, or reality. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers, you know, it's a blueprint to put it all together. You know, so many motherfuckers have scribed things such as the Bible or the Quran, or, you know, all the ancient texts and tablets that, you know, been discovered and unburied. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but one universal truth in a nutshell, they still searching. With all of this information, you know, and you got motherfuckers who went so hard as to decipher shit, you know, that, you know, was you there to actually say that they meant this? Now you can get to, you know, I get it. You know, you studied this field, and I agree with the fact that the field of archaeology or the study of hieroglyphics or any other ancient tablet is a real study. You know, but what all that shit mean in a nutshell is always up to speculation. Because if you talking about an ancient city that was buried, just say 1,000,000 years ago, or just say 25,000 years ago. I ain't even gonna go to 1,000,000 because motherfuckers' brains, that shit would make some people's brains implode. But just say 25,000 years, that shit been buried. Since then, and it just got uncovered now, and you find some motherfucking, some scribes, a bunch of shit. But mainly the scribes or the scrolls or some shit on tablets or some shit on the wall somewhere, and you say, well, I'm looking at this picture, And they got this thing right here, so A plus B equals C. Now we dealing with algebra, because that's how they, they trying to look for the X. What's the common denominator, or the thing that's gonna link all this shit together, or the thing that don't actually belong here. What is X? And they extrapolate the reality of what the fuck X is. And not all the time, it's all not based in fact, because you don't know what the fuck a line with 3 other lines across it with a circle at the bottom of it. You don't know what the fuck that meant 25,000 years ago. Unless you got the common thread that links all that shit together. That links everything together. This is why they still searching. They look for that common thread, the link that holds all that you see together. What does that trace back to? Who does that trace back to? Where does this shit come from? I just gave y'all the reality today, which is 7 of just you, now equality. You make the determination for yourself, my nigga. Like, if you put something above yourself, or you teach your child that it's something outside of them, greater than them, that's your choice that you have, in this reality that we live in. That's dealing with potential. Ain't they say, knowledge is potential. And knowledge is the foundation of all things in existence. Knowledge is what you know. Don't ever get that twisted. See, when you say that means you don't know the actual reality of the potential that exists within yourself. Never let the outer world of circumstances shape the mood in the world of thought. That comes from a book, As a Man Thinketh. And that's a quote in the Bible too, as a man thinketh, so is he. In reality, man, when you deal with the dynamics of the elements, in the science of all things in life, it's only one thing that actually meets the definition of supreme being. It's just a thought. Like, logically think about reality. Things that's real, things that you can detect. With your mind's eye as well as your physical eye. Think about it. God is not a mystery. There is no mystery God. That's not to say that God is not real, because a lot of people take that and twist it around when the 5% say that, oh, ain't no mystery God. That's like a broad statement. Yeah, God is, the reality of God is not a mystery. God is real. God is living, walking, talking, breathing. Just and true. Righteous in all his affairs. And based off your perception, when you see him, you might think he's, or in the vibe or the energy that he brings, when you feel that, you might get spooked out. But I guarantee you, after coming in contact, you'll never not say that the true and living God is not who he is. A lot of people talk about who and what God is. They advocate it with such veracity and with such passion and compassion. They got flocks of people, coming to them. But see, the difference between God and them is when you go to them, you got to keep going to them for knowledge about who and what God is, or what their ideology or theory about God is. When you actually meet God, it's no more of that. You don't got to come back. You can keep going. You can walk and live your life. Some people are going to choose to just walk with God as soon as they meet. They're going to just keep building. They meet them physically, but they're gonna always walk with them mentally. You know what I mean? Some people take knowledge from God and just go on about their business and travel. But they never tell a lie after that because they ain't know what the reality of telling a lie is. You know? Because in the end, justice is a what? Reward or penalty. And when you meet God, you realize that. And we know that. Because he's showing proof that he make the knowledge born about that too. Because that's a duty. God has a duty just like anybody else. That manifests themselves in this physical form. It's just that some people come, you know, to this reality and their perception gets skewed about themselves. You know, so they fall short of the glory of reaching the supreme heights of their own consciousness. You know what I mean? People get robbed of that. But I'm gonna tell you the best thing that was ever told to me.
I wanted to, yeah.
Look in the mirror. If you can't see it there, you'll never see it. Peace.